Have you ever wondered why something as simple as squatting feels so uncomfortable? Why your hips tighten, your knees ache, or your balance just disappears? The truth is, it's not that your body is weak. It's that your body is trying to tell you something. We've spent decades sitting on chairs, in cars, on couches, and we've slowly forgotten one of the most natural human movements, the deep squat. This was how our ancestors rested, ate, even worked. And now, science shows that just 5 minutes a day in this ancient posture can restore your joints, relieve back pain, improve digestion, and even extend your lifespan. I tried it myself every day for 30 days, and what happened next completely changed the way I move, breathe, and feel in my own body. Let me show you why this forgotten human posture might just be the missing piece in your wellness routine. Part 1. Joint Health and Chronic Pain Relief, rewritten version. When I first tried the resting squat, my knees cracked, my ankles popped, and my hips felt like they were rusted shut. IT was humbling and honestly, a little painful. But here's what I didn't realize at that moment. The discomfort wasn't the problem. It was the symptom. Decades of sitting in cars, at desks, on couches, had locked my joints at 90 degrees. My hips, knees, and ankles had simply forgotten how to move through their full range of motion. What I needed wasn't another stretch or mobility drill. What I needed was to bring real movement back into my everyday life. And that's exactly what squatting does. After just 1 week of daily 5-minute squat sessions, broken into short sets, I started to notice subtle changes. My joints felt less stiff in the morning. My knees didn't creak as much when climbing stairs. My hips didn't feel jammed every time I bent forward. Why? Because the resting squat doesn't just stretch, it decompresses. IT gently wakes up the stabilizing muscles, increases blood flow to neglected areas, and teaches the joints to move the way they were designed to. This isn't rehabilitation, this is rejuvenation. And that's when I realized this ancient posture wasn't just about flexibility or comfort. IT was about reclaiming the natural freedom my body was always meant to have. 1. Improved digestion. This one surprised me the most. I started feeling lighter, not emotionally, but physically, as if something inside my body was finally moving the way IT should. And that's when I realized something important. Squatting doesn't just affect your muscles. It massages your intestines. You see, in many Eastern cultures, the squat is the natural position for elimination, and there's actual science behind IT. Squatting changes the angle of the colon, relaxes key muscles, and creates gentle pressure in the abdomen, helping things move more efficiently. When I began holding a deep squat daily, my bloating gradually disappeared. My digestion became smoother, and honestly, I felt less sluggish. IT was as if my gut was being reset every single day effortlessly. Western medicine is catching up too. Gastroenterologists now recognize that poor posture like slouching or sitting for long periods can lead to slower bowel movement. Squatting does the opposite. IT aligns, connects, and encourages the body's natural digestive flow. It's one of those hidden benefits that people rarely mention. But once you feel IT, you'll wonder why we ever stopped squatting in the first place. 2. Strengthening. The lower body without the Jimmy used to think you needed heavy weights to build strong legs. But it turns out, simply holding your body in a deep squat correctly is one of the most underrated strength exercises out there. When you're down low, your quadriceps, hamstrings, glutes, calves, and even the small stabilizing muscles in your feet are all working to keep you balanced. But this isn't like doing gym reps. This is isometric strength. Your muscles are firing constantly just to hold your body steady. After 2 weeks of daily resting squats, Something strange happened. Stairs felt easier. My legs didn't tire as quickly during long walks. Even my standing posture felt more grounded, like I was rooted to the earth. The best part? No equipment, no noise, nitrogen monoxide gym membership. Just your body, the floor, and a few quiet minutes a day. It's the kind of strength built slowly and silently. From within, but it's impossible to ignore once you feel IT. And if you're worried about losing muscle as you age, this is one of the simplest, safest ways to fight it. 3. Unlocking hip flexibility if your hips feel tight when you get out of bed or stiff after long hours of sitting. You're not alone. Modern life traps our hips at 90 degrees car seats, office chairs, sofas, and over time, our hip joints lose their mobility, circulation, and strength. But the deep squat is like a key that opens that rusted door. As you slowly sink down, the hip sockets widen, the inner thighs stretch, and the glutes engage, all without force or strain. You're not forcing flexibility. You're melting into IT. That gentle, daily contact begins to undo years of tension. After just 2 weeks of a few minutes per day, I felt the difference. My steps felt lighter, my stride longer, sitting down to tie. My shoes didn't feel like a yoga pose anymore. Most importantly, my hips felt alive again, able to move in every direction, not just forward and back. Healthy, mobile hips are the foundation of every action we do. Walking, standing, climbing stairs, even protecting the lower back. And the deep squat targets all of IT in one simple primal move. 4. Improved circulation and lymphatic flow if your feet or ankles swell after a long day of sitting. Or if your legs feel heavy for nitrogen monoxide reason, your circulation might be quietly working against you. The truth is, our bodies were never designed to sit in chairs for 8 hours a day. When you sit, blood flow slows down, the lymphatic system becomes stagnant, and fluids begin to pool in the lower legs. But something surprising happened when I started incorporating deep squats into my daily routine. My legs' nitrogen monoxide longer felt swollen. My feet stopped getting cold. The heavy, sluggish feeling at the end of the day disappeared. WH? Because the resting squat naturally compresses and decompresses the lower body, helping push blood and lymphatic fluids back toward the heart. IT acts like a natural PUMP, stimulating circulation without any massage devices or compression socks for people who sit all day or struggle with varicose veins. This isn't just helpful, it's essential. It's like giving your lower body a fresh dose of life every single day. O5 Better Balance and Fall Prevention. You know, what's scarier than getting older? Falling as you age. It's one of the leading causes of injury and loss of independence, especially for people over 60. But here's what most people miss. Balance isn't just about not falling. It's about joint stability, ankle mobility, core strength, and body awareness, all working together. And guess what trains all of that at once? Yep, the deep squat. The more time I spent in the squat each day, the more I noticed subtle but powerful changes. I could walk on uneven ground without thinking. Brushing my teeth or putting on socks. Felt steadier. Even quick turns, which I used to avoid, became smoother and more controlled. WH? Because squatting forces your entire lower body to coordinate. Your ankles stabilize your knees. Your hips balance your torso. And your core activates to keep everything aligned. It's like teaching your body to trust itself again. And as we age, that kind of functional training becomes priceless. 6. Restoring natural human movement. Modern life has made you forget how to move like humans. Think about IT. When was the last time you naturally lowered yourself to the ground without your knees cracking, your joints complaining, or needing your hands for support? The resting squat isn't just a stretch. It's a return to instinct, to how our bodies were designed to move. This is how Humans used to EAT, rest, give birth, and wait for the bus. In many parts of the world, they still do. The more I practiced, the more I realized this wasn't about flexibility. IT was about control. Suddenly, simple things like tying my shoes or picking up my keys didn't feel like chores anymore. My movements became smoother, more connected. IT felt like I had upgraded my body's operating system without breaking a sweat. Biomechanics experts call this natural movement restoration, and it's becoming a cornerstone in modern physical therapy. The deep squat strengthens the neural connection to your core, improves coordination, and makes everyday movement effortless. And once you feel that freedom in your body, you'll never want to lose IT again. 7. Strengthening the pelvic floor. This is one benefit. Most people never talk about until IT becomes a problem. The pelvic floor is a group of muscles deep within your core that control bladder function, sexual health, posture, and spinal stability. As we age or after childbirth or long periods of inactivity, these muscles weaken, leading to embarrassing issues like leaks, poor core strength, and a general sense of instability. But here's what amazed me. The deep squat naturally activates and strengthens the pelvic floor without any Kegel exercises. Why? Because when you squat, those muscles lengthen and engage under controlled pressure. You're not just tightening them. You're training the foundation of your body to support you from the inside out. After a few weeks, I noticed better bladder control, stronger core engagement, and steadier breathing during movement. For women, especially postpartum or approaching menopause, this low impact, deep muscle training can be life-changing. For men, IT improves stability, strength, and YES confidence, all without crunches, planks, or fancy equipment. 8. Natural posture and spinal realignment. Honest, how many hours a day do you spend hunched over your phone, laptop, car, or couch? That number has skyrocketed, and over time, IT doesn't just look bad. It reshapes your spine, tightens your chest, weakens your core, and leads to chronic back pain. Here's the magic of the deep squat. IT gently brings your spine back to its natural alignment without you even trying. When you squat correctly, your pelvis naturally tilts forward, your lower back extends slightly, and your chest lifts. Nitrogen monoxide punching. Nitrogen monoxide artificial support. Just your body stacking itself the way IT was designed to. After the first week, I noticed IT. My shoulders pulled back on their own. I wasn't slouching at my desk as much, and that constant tightness in my lower back, gone. Experts say this position acts like passive spinal decompression stretching the spine while strengthening the muscles that support IT. Think of IT as a daily posture therapy session, powered by gravity. And when your posture improves, everything else follows. Your breathing, your energy, even your confidence. 9. Joint health and chronic pain relief. First time I tried the resting squat, my knees cracked, my ankles popped, and my hips felt rusted. IT was humbling, but that discomfort wasn't the issue. IT was the signal. Years of sitting, driving, and lounging had locked my joints at 90 degrees. What I needed wasn't another stretch. I needed to bring my full range of motion back to daily life. Just 1 week of 5-minute squat sessions changed everything. Less stiffness in the morning, knees that didn't creak on, stairs, hips that nitrogen monoxide longer jammed when I bent forward. Why? Because squatting doesn't just stretch, it decompresses. IT gently activates stabilizer muscles, increases blood flow, and wakes up forgotten areas. This isn't rehab, it's recovery, true recovery. And research now links deep squat mobility to lower arthritis risk and longer joint longevity. But if joint health is just the beginning, what else can this simple posture unlock? 10. Squatting and longevity. Here's what stopped me in my tracks. A study published in the European Journal of Preventive Cardiology found that adults who could sit down and stand up from the floor without using their hands had a significantly lower risk of early death. Think about that. The ability to sit down and stand up. Something we take for granted in youth is one of the strongest predictors of longevity. Guess which movement trains exactly that? The resting squat. When you squat daily, you're not just moving your legs, you're maintaining the coordination, mobility, and strength that keep you independent for life. I realized this wasn't just about fitness. IT was about being able to play with my grandkids without pain, to get up off the ground without fear, and to move freely for decades to come. This posture is a silent investment in your future mobility and maybe even your lifespan. IT costs nothing. Nitrogen monoxide trainer. No GEAR. Just your body, the floor, and 5 minutes of your time. Part 11. Boosting focus and mind-body connection smithing. I didn't expect from the resting squat was how IT affected my mind. When you stay in a deep squat, your body is constantly adjusting. Your brain has to send tiny, precise signals to your legs, hips, and core to keep you balanced. That's when I realized this isn't just a physical exercise, it's neural training. Researchers in movement neuroscience have found that slow, mindful postures like the deep squat activate the cerebellum and motor cortex, the parts of the brain responsible for coordination, attention, and awareness of your body in space. After a few weeks, I noticed something new. I could focus better while reading. I was more aware of how I moved, and I felt calmer, like my body and mind were finally working. As one, the resting squat isn't just about mobility. It's a form of moving meditation, helping you reconnect with your body, one breath and one movement at a time. Part 12. Who should be careful while? The resting squat is incredibly effective. It's not for everyone, at least not right away. If you have serious knee pain, hip replacements, recent surgeries, balance issues, or severe osteoporosis, please consult with your doctor or a physical therapist before trying IT. For beginners, start with supported variations. Hold onto a chair, lean against a wall. Or place a yoga block or wedge under your heels. The goal isn't to force your body into the position. It's to reintroduce movement gradually and safely, even just a few seconds. A day can begin to make a difference. Remember, consistency is always more important than intensity. Final section, rewritten conclusion with Amazon integration. So here's the truth that most people overlook. Your body wasn't designed to sit. IT was designed to squat. This simple posture connects to nearly every part of your health, your joints, digestion, posture, strength, mobility, and even how long you live. Somewhere along the way, we traded that for chairs, cars, and couches. And we slowly lost one of the most natural movements of being human. But you can take it back. And it doesn't require fancy workouts or hours at the gym. Just 5 quiet minutes a day, reconnecting with your own body. Since I started, I feel lighter, stronger, and more grounded. My movements are smoother. My back aches less, and most importantly, I feel more in tune with my body. As if I gave it back something IT had been missing for years. If you're just starting out, and your heels lift OFF, the ground or your hips feel too tight, that's okay. Start small. USE support. What matters most is consistency, not perfection. Personally, I began with a simple set of squat assist blocks and a mobility mat. They made a huge difference in comfort and form. I'll link the exact ones I used down below in the description. They're affordable, easy to use, and you can find them right on Amazon. As an Amazon associate, I earn from qualifying purchases at nitrogen monoxide extra cost to you.